More discussions on the economic cooperation between China and the Central Asian countries. We're joined by Zhiqin, Senior Research Fellow at the Chongyang Institute for Financial Studies of Renmin University of China. Now, Professor Liu, can you first provide us an update on the current trade and cooperation between China and these Central Asian countries?
I should say that business relations between China and the Central Asian countries has been lasting very long. So since 2,000 and 3,000 years that China has a very good close connections with the central regions. This region is very important also, not only for China, but also for the global market. As we know that all these nation countries, we have a complementary the business and the industry that with China. So in this way that we should say that relations with these Central Asian countries are so very constructive, mutual benefits and equality. This is a very important precondition for all countries to have close economic relations, because equality is not an easy job, but China and Central Asian countries have already reached this goal. And of course, the other is that a very fairness between these regions. So in this way that I should say, in this year that China will have more than or over 10 billion US dollar trading volume. So I think this is our target. I think that also we can be really optimistic that to get this result.
And what role has e-commerce played in the past in terms of trade between the two sides? And in your opinion, what steps can be taken to enhance cooperation in new industries like cross-border e-commerce?
Yeah, this is a very important question, because many countries are trying to focus in their technology innovation, especially e-commerce. E-commerce is not only a normal commercial exchange. They are closely related to high-tech, for instance, to AI, to smart technology, especially to big data or database. Is also facilities, including the information transmitting and protection and storage. So we don't see that the e-commerce is a simple that goods and the products exchanges. No, not so easy, because it covers all comprehensive technologies. So in order to get the e-commerce business upgrading for this region, that China and these 5 region countries that we have closely collaborations to have the e-commerce not only for the goods exchanges, but also talented exchanges. We trained many students, the young people in China in different areas, and also we have tried to build up good connections in database and data transmission. So in this way that we can have a good facilities that to have e-commerce. And e-commerce from cross-border business, they are an important part of the business between the China and this region. So without this, I think the people's life and the quality of life will be greater influence. So we have to pay more attention and put more investment to upgrade the e-commerce and the e-commerce related technologies.
Mm-hmm. And what are your thoughts on the potential and opportunities for cooperation in the digital economy between China and these other countries?
As we know that the digitalization is the international trend in development, especially for developing countries. We should try to cross over these difficulties as we had before last century, that digital and also computerization in developing countries. So digitalization is something related to also data and information transmissions. In order to get something that very modernized, how to say, for instance, the government administrations, management and governance, and also payment instructions, and also different ways of industrialization, we need to be digitalized, because digitalized is something is not to be easily understood by the normal society. But for some special cases, special industries, the digitalization is the key element to upgrading our modernization. It's not only because of the convenience, not only this security, but also it can be easily that to catch up these differences between developing countries and developed countries. So we can make our development more quicker and more speedy, more with high quality. So with the developed countries. So in this way, both sides we have still a bigger space that to further develop.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you so much for your insights, Liu Zhiqin, Senior Research Fellow at Chongyang